Garfield Kart. What makes this seemingly random game so fun? That's what we'll see today. To start, let's talk about one of the strongest features of Garfield Kart. The characters. On top of Garfield, you can play as Odie, John, Liz, Arlene, the trash cat I forget the name of. And if you're a psychopath, you can play as Normal. Now, not only is this an impressive roster, but there's also hats for each character, cart for each character, spoiler for each character. Each would give you a unique boost in game. But we all know the one thing more important than the characters is the gameplay. So how is it? Well, it has drifting like Mario Kart. It has items like Mario Kart. It is the same as Mario Kart. But it does have some unique differences. Like, for example, when you hit a wall, it's impossible to get off. And the handling? It's awful. So that's pretty unique to me. Fine, maybe Garfield Kart at its core is just a worse Mario Kart. Though it still has a saving grace. And ironically, it comes from how broken the game is. Which just seems like a bad thing, right? And it is. Until you combine it with something I've neglected to mention up until now. The speed. Like, the speed seems all fine and dandy until you turn on 150cc and are suddenly launched faster than Odie being kicked out the door by Garfield. And because of this insane speed, the wackiness of the gameplay is only amplified. On top of this, the maps were seemingly not made for this fast of racing. So in some places, you'll get launched 1,000 feet into the air or clip through a wall at random. And also, these odd events allow for a lot of very cool shortcut opportunities. Like, look at this shortcut and tell me it's not cool. Then because of the weird and unique nature of this gameplay, you end up not even booting up a race to win, but rather just to see what funny, unique stuff might happen this time. Speaking of stuff, I think our special guest has just arrived. Give me a moment. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Talk That GARF! In today's episode, we'll be interviewing a very special guest, so I'd like a big round of applause for the one, the only, 20th President of the United States, James A. Garfield! Whoa, yeah! Whoa. Thank you so much for coming, James. And I'd like to start off with a question. What is your favorite Garfield-themed game? Oh, wow. Quite the talker, I see. But in all seriousness, I really do agree with your opinion. Garfield Kart is an amazing game. I was worried for a second you might say something crazy, like Garfield Lasagna Party. But moving on, I'd like to ask you a second question. What's your favorite part about Garfield Kart? Whoa, that was one crazy story. I really hope those orphans are okay. Anyways, I must agree with your opinion. The music really does enrich the experience of Garfield Kart. But I'm gonna ask you another question. What is your favorite track? No way. That's my favorite track too. Sneak a Peek really is an amazing piece of music. Speaking of which, maybe we should play it right now. Wow. Now that was a jam set. Oh, look at that. We're running out of time. So I guess I'll have to catch you next time on Talk That GARF! Thank you so much for coming, James. See y'all. Now, there's still the question of why. How is it possible that such a bad and underdeveloped game is still so fun? Well, I think it's a really hard question to answer just because there's so many factors that go into it. But I think really what exemplifies it is when you hit a big shortcut. As you hit the shortcut, you just go flying through the air at 1,000,000 miles per second. Because all there is you and your cart. No worries of tomorrow, no fears of today. Just right now. And as you sit there, soaring through the air, you can finally take a breath and be at peace. Then you fall a little too short, hit a wall, go crashing into the water, and end up in last place again. By the way, I ended up still coming back and winning that race. But I think the really interesting thing is I didn't care about the win by the end. And I think this really just reflects life in a way, where we so often have these goals that we think we need to achieve, these expectations we must uphold, that we forget about the gift of today. We forget about all the little things. And Garfield Kart kind of forces you to appreciate those little things, the little things that happen in the race, little moments. And it's only when you really appreciate those little moments that you can find the joy of Garfield Kart. Or something like that. I don't know. It's a game. Thank you all so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe if you liked the video. Oh, also, at the end, there's going to be an end card with an extra video of me hitting a 6 shortcut. So watch out if you want. Anyways, I've been Drumpy. Catch you next time.